So I'm running out of ideas for videos, and I thought it would be fun to show off my record collection, my CD collection. Um, I thought maybe um, since people are getting very sick of streaming, people like me, maybe like you, that it would be fun to show off my CD collection for you all to see what I listen to and whatnot. If you're wondering if CDs cost a lot, maybe, depending on where you get it. Some places it's like up to $20. So, but I got mine through more precarious means, so it didn't really cost me anything. Haha, wink wink, words. So yeah, I'll just show that to you now. So I figured we could start off by showing you the CD player that I use. This is a Studebaker CD. It cost me $60 at PC Richard and Son. The battery lasts for about 4 hours, so yeah, you have to charge it, like I said, because it only lasts 4 hours. Might get a little frustrating, but as long as you have a charger and outlet, it should be fine. It's a USB-C. There, I don't know what this other hole is for. The green one's for the earbuds. Yeah, and the other one I have no idea. There's all these buttons here. Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. So, yeah, I would recommend it. Unless there's a better one that you could recommend. Yeah. So starting off with the collection, I have all my Kiss CDs. I have everything from the debut album to Alive 2, and then also Creatures of the Night. I love Kiss. Kiss is the reason I really got into rock and why I started playing guitar. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley. I think Alive is my favorite of these records, since that was the one that made me decide to be a guitar player. Close second, I think, either Destroyer or the first album. Yeah, I like these records. Very good records. Next up are the Metallica records. I think these are the cheapest CDs I have in my collection because they all cost about $5. If you're looking to start your CD collection, I'd say you could start with these records. I don't remember how much load it is, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 $5 each, so it's $25. And I'd certainly recommend them if you're interested in them. Yeah. Next is AC/DC. Personally, I prefer Bon Scott to Brian Johnson, especially with Power Ridge and Let There Be Rock. I think those are the most raw rock records. Raw rock. Those are the most raw rock records that I think are in my collection, and I very much enjoy them. So, yeah. Next is Rage Against the Machine. I got into them recently, and I just decided to get the records to go along with it. I think the first record's my favorite of the four. I think it's the most raw, and it gets stripped down, and I just think it's the best one. I removed my camera stand so I can make this easier for all of us. Here are my Police records. I really like the Police. I think I really like old pop bands, even though I don't listen to too much of them. But I do enjoy them, and I wish we had more like pop groups like the Police or Duran Duran, or I don't know, Journey or whatever. I think we just need more pop groups with just like real pop bands, not just like, single pop musicians or pop singers or whatever, like actual pop groups. I think The Police is the best argument for that. Next are my Alice Cooper records. I really liked Alice Cooper when I was a kid, and I really liked these 70s records they had. The records came in these two, I guess, album collections. I really do like these album collection boxes. I have a few of them, and even though I'm not a huge fan of the paper sleeves, I do enjoy being able to get all these CDs for less than what it would cost to get each album individually. These are my Jackson 5 records. Also paper sleeve. Also came in this little box here. Yeah, I like the Jackson 5. What are you gonna do about it, huh? What are you gonna do? Look at me. Hold on. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about that? Next are my Bob Marley records. I am an Indo-Caribbean. My family's from Guyana. So obviously they came to New York. I have all the Bob Marley records from Catch a Fire to Confrontation. I think my favorite one of these actually might be Survival. Also Exodus and Burnin'. So yeah, came in this silver box here. I really like it. I think it's my favorite box for these things. Side note, what do you actually do about the boxes? Do you keep them, or should I just throw them things away? So, I've been keeping them. I'm not really sure what to do with the boxes. I kind of want to get rid of them, but at the same time, I think it might be a bit foolish to try and just throw them all away. In case because I don't keep them like that in where I keep all my CDs, but I don't know. So you let me know. Next are my Pantera records. These two I got at the Music Planet in Brooklyn. And these 5 here, the paper sleeves, that was a gift from a friend for my birthday. Here is the CD box, which the 5 here came with. I prefer these 2 CDs here to the other Pantera records. I'm hoping to get Projects in the Jungle and Power Metal so I can round out the Pantera collection, and maybe also get the live album too, if I ever find it anywhere. So yeah. Next is Rat. As again, there are 5 paper sleeves here, and then this EP I got from a CD store near me, or a record store I should say. Out of Cellar is one of the best debut albums ever, and Warren DeMartini is one of the greatest guitar players ever. And if you ever listen to these records, you'll know why. Next is Hanoi Rocks. These first 5 here came in the box here. This one I had to buy separately. I was a little disappointed when I bought this box here, because I thought it was going to come with all 6. Nonetheless, I am glad I have all the Hanoi Rocks records. Good stuff. I think very underrated band in my opinion. Really could have gone far. Too bad Razzle died. R.I.P. Razzle. Next is one of my favorites, Van Halen. As you can see, I have all the Roth and Hagar material up to balance. There's also this rarities thing, which came with the Hagar box, which I bought. Also, there's a live album here from Dallas, 91, which I found at the local record store. The Roth era, you can see these 2 CD cases which house the Roth and Hagar records. The Roth era CDs the first CDs I bought when I was looking to start my collection. And I love the Roth records. They're great. I think my favorites are tied up between the first, the second, Fair Warning, in 1984. I do like the Hagar stuff. You know, I like 5150 and the Fuck record. But I think Roth is just better overall. More fire, more balls. You get a lot of balls when you're in a rock group. Next are these David Lee Roth solo records. I know it might seem a little strange to have in someone's record collection, but when I saw it at the store, I was kind of like, I have to get this, you know, just because how strange it was. I actually do enjoy all these records, even Your Filthy Little Mouth. I think as far as Steve Vai goes, I think the best stuff he ever did personally was with Roth. I just think it was a lot. I think their personalities just complemented each other very well. And, yeah. Also, side note, I really like this album cover. I want to dress up. I want to dress up one day and do this. It looks very fun, very cool, very, like, out there. I really like it. I want to do that one day. Now we come to Motley Crue. Some of my favorite records. Here's the box it came with. These are also some of the first CDs I got when I was starting my collection. Too Fast to Love and Shout at the Devil had a huge influence on me. With the guitar playing and the attitude, Caribbeanisms. Yeah. And these are just the most fun records I think I have in my collection. Very big influence. Now we're at Skid Row, another like underrated band. Slave to the Grind, I think, is one of the most underrated metal albums ever, if you ever heard it. I got this collection here. I did not know that this was an album that they had made. I was very surprised when I opened up the box and I found it in there. It was very cool. I liked it. Should put it out on streaming, but oh well. I enjoy them all. I think Subhuman Race is a bit underrated too, although the production could have been better. And I like the EP here too, the B-side thing. The first one was good, although a bit dated, but I like them overall. Good stuff. Now we come to the Mighty Black Sabbath. There's a quote about Jimi Hendrix where people say that if Jimi Hendrix isn't your favorite guitarist, then he's your favorite guitarist's favorite guitarist. I think that quote could also be attributed to Black Sabbath, where if Black Sabbath is not your favorite band, it's your favorite band's favorite band. It's very cool. I have 2 copies of Live Evil, because, why not? Actually, I'll show you why. Came in this box, this Live Evil Super Deluxe box, which has all this different stuff in it. There's like a book, a tour guide, and a poster, as well as the 2 Black Sabbath Live Evil records. This here is the original mix, and this here is the updated mix. I also had the Tony Martin era stuff here too. The Eternal Idol and Headless Cross being a very underrated record in my opinion. And yeah, I think they're all very good records. I forgot about Reunion too, but here it is. Very long, very sad, but very good live album. Very underrated. Obviously, since we went from Black Sabbath, now we have to do Ozzy. And this is all it. Hey, you know you're a big Ozzy fan when you got fucking Speak of the Devil in your collection. The sunlight is kind of blocking it out, but there you go. Crazy. And they got The Ultimate Sin, Just Say Ozzy, and Live and Loud, which I was absolutely dying for. I was very glad that I've got it. And of course, you got all these other great records too. These 2 best albums ever. I was really into Randy Rhoads. When I got into metal, he was my favorite of all the metal guitarists. He was the guy. Yeah. Yeah, here's Tribute. One of the best live albums ever made. Next we have Pink Floyd. Like Rage Against the Machine, not a big fan of them when I was young, but now I'm very into it. This year might be my favorite Pink Floyd record of them all. I think it goes Wish You Were Here, The Wall, Animals, and Dark Side. That's how I rank them. Next is Duran Duran. I've only listened to the first 3 albums on streaming, but I really enjoy them, so that's why I got them all on CD. I was kind of hoping that this one, when I found it, would have been like these two, but it's not. But that's okay. So long as it's so long as the CD itself is good, that's all that really matters, right? Next, we have Jimi Hendrix. I did not listen to Jimi Hendrix until college, and I'm very glad that I did eventually start listening because it's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorites. Not sure which one of his albums is the best, but they're all great to me in some ways. This is another one of my favorite album covers. I really like it. My mom thinks it's satanic, but I think it's great. It's also very funny that my mom thinks this is a satanic record. I also have the album cover on a shirt, and this one too. So yeah, Jimmy. Next is Judas Priest. Priest is awesome. I've seen him twice so far. I'm not sure if I prefer the 70s or 80s Priest, but all these records here I enjoy thoroughly. So yeah, Priest rules. Now we come to Iron Maiden. I was surprised to find Killers and Power Slave in the store. That was very surprising to me. And the first Iron Maiden record. I saw the Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, Life After Death, Somewhere in Time, and Seventh Son very frequently in stores, so yeah, it was very surprising, but I enjoy all these Maiden records. I don't know which one of these is my favorite. Depends on my mood. But yeah. Now we have Motorhead. I love Motorhead. Ace of Spades is awesome. So is Overkill and Bomber. Bomber's an underrated record. Actually, I think they should have changed the track listing for Bomber. I don't think it flows very well at the beginning, but it does pick up at the end. We're close to the middle. I have Another Perfect Day here. I think this is a very underrated record. Robbo is a very surprisingly good fit for Motorhead, even though it didn't really work out. Because, he also wasn't a fit for Motorhead, if you get my meaning. Yeah. Now we have Aaliyah. Did not expect to get into Aaliyah, but I do enjoy her records. I think the Red Album here is very ahead of its time. And somehow we still have not managed to catch up to it, so there's something to it. Also, One in a Million is a very good record. And the first album is creepy, but still felt like I should get it anyway, because Aaliyah. Yeah, fuck R. Kelly. Now we are at MJ. I think MJ is one of those artists where you kind of have to have him in your collection, because it's fucking MJ. I think all 4 of these records are pretty much his peak, so yeah, I really enjoy him. And I think Dangerous is kind of underrated too, at least for as far as music is concerned. It's mostly about, as far as music, it's like people who are fans of music, it's these 3 albums they talk about. They really talk about Dangerous, and they should, because it's also up there with them. Yeah. Here's another one of my favorites, Guns N' Roses. I got all these records. I found Chinese. Well, let's start with this one. I found Chinese Democracy in the Brooklyn record store. I think this is one of my favorites. My collection, along with all the other records, I think this is a very underrated album. This here I found on Amazon. I know, but let's say I use those precarious methods to obtain it. It's the Japan release, so It's got Coma on it. It is very cool. It's a very heavy record actually for a CD. Also, Amazon was the only place I could find the record. I could not find it in any record store anywhere else, so that's why I went to Amazon. I was really hoping the guy in Brooklyn would have it because he has all these records, even no matter what record it is, like he just has them all. And this record, also found it on Amazon. Did not even know this was a thing. It's not as good as I was hoping it would be, but it's still cool to have. Another one of my favorites, The Warning. I love The Warning. They're so cool and they make so many good records, and I plan on making sure to get all of their records, studio and live. No potential compilation records because I don't like compilation records at all. Easy cash grabs. I got the live record. I got the LA version. Yeah, I just got all these other records here too. This is the first Warning record I got, Keep Me Fed, and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. I really like it. And there were two. I like them both. Now we come to Thin Lizzy. Phil Lynott, it's one of my favorite rock bassists, vocalists, frontmen, songwriters of all time. I think his songs are really deep and introspective. I think Thin Lizzy's just severely underrated with music, and that people would be a lot better off if they heard these records. Yeah, I think I might get more Thin Lizzy records. Maybe not. I think as far as my Thin Lizzy side of the collection goes, I'm good, but who knows, that might change as time goes on. Now we come to Bowie. I do plan on getting all of Bowie's set records up to Let's Dance eventually. I think Diamond Dogs is my favorite of these records, and I do like that I kind of have one from each era of his artist career up to Let's Dance. Hopefully I'll get the rest of the Berlin trilogy and the glam rock stuff too, and Young Americans and Station to Station. Now we are up to the Beatles. I don't know if it's strange for someone at my age to have Beatles records, but I enjoy them. I mostly enjoy these three. I got the other two just because why not? Actually, I actually do enjoy Rubber Soul too, so these four in general I think are my favorites, and then Hard Day's Night just kind of there too, just chilling. Though I do enjoy the sound quality on it, so yeah. Now we have come to the Led Zeppelin. I have two copies of Song Remains the Same because when I bought this version here in Brooklyn, I thought it was the same as this one where it was going to have all these songs that you see on the streaming service. I did not know that it was the original track listing, and so I was a little disappointed, so I got the other one here too. So now I just have two different copies of Song Remains the Same. I think Houses of the Holy is my favorite Zeppelin record. That and Zeppelin 1. Maybe Zeppelin 3 too. So, 1 Tree and Houses of the Holy. But I do enjoy the other records. So, yeah. Now we are at Queen, which is also a favorite of mine in high school. Another one of the reasons why I started a CD collection was when they did when Queen did the 2024 remix of the first album with the AI. I was concerned that the original mix or the 2011 mix is going to be lost to time, so I decided to just buy the original 2011 mix because I thought it was going to be unavailable at some point, and I do not want to listen to any AI in my shit. I don't want any AI in any of the things I enjoy, especially in art. That would be terrible. Truth be told, out of all these records, I think A Day at the Races is my least favorite. Not that it's bad, but I think the production is just kind of dry, and it kind of feels like A Night at the Opera Part 2, which I think is even worse because I feel like each Queen album has kind of its own distinct feel to it. So I kind of have like that weird relationship with it, where I like the songs and I want to like it more than I do, but I still, it doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. It just means that I enjoy it less compared to the other ones. Also, Innuendo, underrated album. The Miracle, also underrated. Not that they're better than the stuff up to the game, but I enjoy them. I think they're underrated. I think they deserve more credit, especially if I'm still going Slightly Mad. I think that's a very underrated Queen song. So yeah. Now we're at Nirvana. I did not like Nirvana when I was a kid because I was into 80s metal, and Nirvana kind of ruined all that. But now I'm wiser, and I know that 80s metal needs to end because all that stuff at the end was pretty ass. That nostalgia cannot save you from garbage. Nostalgia cannot save you from garbage. The truth is that 80s metal at the end was garbage, and Nirvana was just better. Even though those lyrics make absolutely no sense to me, I do not understand what the fuck he is talking about. What are you talking about, Kurt? What? I don't get it. I do enjoy the records though. I like the energy, but I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now we're at Muse. I got into Muse because of the warning. They mentioned that Muse is one of their influences. And I was like, who the fuck is Muse? So I looked them up, and I really like them. I think The Resistance is my favorite of the records. Maybe The Second Law too, but I don't have that one on CD yet. Hopefully one day. That's my music collection there. Megadeth. Do you know what that means? Did you say Megadeth or not? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Megadeth, truth be told. I don't like Dave's voice. It kind of pulls me out of the records, so yeah, I do enjoy the guitar stuff though. Metallica's better though, overall, I would say. That Dave's voice just pulls me out of the record entirely. I cannot get into it. I do enjoy the records. Actually, I will say Killing Is My Business, they censored that Boots. It also takes me out of that record at the end. It's just a lot of bleeping, and I don't like that at all. But I'll keep the record anyway because I do enjoy the rest of it. But yeah, that's Megadeth for me. Kendrick Lamar. I did not know jack shit about Kendrick Lamar before the beef, and I'm glad that there was a beef because now I know about him, and I enjoy his records. I'd probably take Damn over the rest of them. Yeah, that's Kendrick for you. All that good stuff. Now we have Tupac. Tupac. Why am I saying it weird? I don't know. Tupac. It's Tupac. Yeah, Tupac's my favorite rapper. I like him the best. I think he's got the most to say when it comes to rap. Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me are my favorite of the two, of all four of the records I have here. I think he's just the best overall when it comes to rap. I think he had the most to say, and he had the most, aura. He was just that guy. Yeah. Now we are up to Prince. People say Purple Rain is his best album, but I prefer 1999. I think that's the funkiest of his records. It's got the most groove to it. I do enjoy Purple Rain, but I think 1999 just kind of picks up more than Purple Rain does. I also got the Batman record because I like Batman, and I saw it at a Rough Trade, and I was like, I gotta have that record, and I'm very glad I do because it's a lot better than when I listened to it the first time. Yeah. Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is the best grunge band, and if you don't agree, you can suck my dick. Yeah. I think Facelift and Dirt are the two best rock albums of the 90s, and Jar of Flies, one of the best acoustic records I've heard. Granted, I have not heard many acoustic records other than Jar of Flies in the second half of GNR Lives, which I also consider one of the best acoustic records, at least on the second side. I'm talking about GNR Lives there, but yeah, it's Alice in Chains for you. I think I got all the Alice in Chains records I need, and I feel pretty good about that. Def Leppard. I feel like Def Leppard kind of gets forgotten a bit nowadays compared to a lot of the other old bands, but I enjoy them. I think I prefer High and Dry and Pyromania over them all. I also think Hysteria is one of the best pop rock records ever made, and that people should probably, pop groups should probably utilize its influence more than it does, because I feel like a lot of people kind of ignore Def Leppard overall nowadays compared to when they did in the 80s, which I think is wrong. I think Def Leppard is a great band, at least until Steve Clark dies. Yeah. Twisted Sister, the band that got me into metal when I started out. And when I got these records, I was kind of just doing it because, I was just kind of just remembering fondly how much I liked them back in the day. Very obsessed, actually. Which is surprising because I don't think they had much influence over me musically, so much as they did for my attitude. I noticed You Can't Stop Rock and Roll is a bit quieter than Stay Hungry and Come Out and Play. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be like that, which is a little disappointing because I enjoy listening to music at very high volumes, and if it's not hurting your fucking ears, you're doing it wrong. That's pretty much how I feel about it. Yeah, but I do enjoy these records, so yeah. They need to make Under the Blade soon on CD, please. I need that. I need that in my collection. Merciful Fate, just got them. Really like Don't Break the Oath. Those guitars are just nasty, and I don't know what they did to make the albums the way they did. Maybe I guess they sold their souls, and I don't know. I guess they got a good deal because these records are fucking awesome. Wasp, very primal, very animalistic, very raw, very aggressive, very nasty, and Black A is one of the best singers in heavy metal, and yeah, I really do think I did listen to them for a while, but I'm back on it again, and the first album is so much better than I remembered it being when I was a kid. So, yeah. NWA. I think NWA is the first rap group that I listened to, and when I listened to them, I didn't think I was gonna be as into it as I ended up being. Which is to say, even though I'm still not like as into rap, but I do enjoy it very much. I think I'm very surprised at how different they are. Not just because Ice Cube isn't in the group when they do the second album, but the beats are very different. Like Straight Outta Compton the beats sound very 80s, and then the second album they sound very 90s. So yeah, there you go. Biggie Smalls, the notorious B.I.G. Somehow his His lines sound gayer than Rob Halford, David Bowie, and Freddie Mercury. They're all gay. Yet somehow this man manages to make his bars sound gayer, yet tougher. I'm not really sure how I managed to do that. But, yeah. It's a great flow. I think the beats on the first record are better than the second. But I do enjoy them both very much. I can't really decide overall which one I prefer. I guess it just depends on my mood. But yeah, Biggie. The Rolling Stones. Even though Mick Jagger is weird, and these guys are not as good technically as the Beatles, I still do enjoy their records. I would not pay to see them live in concert nowadays. I feel like one of them might just die on stage, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing to pay that kind of money to watch someone die. I guess it's up to you. But I still plan on getting all the records from Beggars Banquet up to It's Only Rock and Roll. I think that's pretty much where the Stones are when it comes to being a good band. They hated all the stuff before Beggars Banquet, and the stuff after It's Only Rock and Roll is okay. Actually, stuff after Goat's Head Soup is when it starts getting okay, but I still do enjoy It's Only Rock and Roll because Mick Taylor's in the band, and Mick Taylor is awesome. And hopefully I'll develop more influence. I'll be able to get more out of listening to him, Keith Richards. So, yeah. Marvin Gaye. I really like Marvin Gaye. I hope to get more of his records eventually. I really enjoy the What's Going On album. Especially, I like how each song kind of just flows into each other. So it's kind of just like one long, continuous song. I really like that. I don't think I've ever heard an album like that before. And I'm just really into it. Yeah, What's Going On is great too. Great for getting it on, as the title implies. Rush. I really like Rush right now. You know, I really think it's giving me a lot of new interest in music. I went to the record store the other day and I saw Hemispheres in the section. I wanted to get it, but I also wanted to get The Wall. In between Hemispheres and The Wall, it's kind of just like, I think I should get The Wall. So I got The Wall, and I went back to the record store the other day, and Hemispheres was gone, so I was very disappointed with that. But I'm still glad I have these other records. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll get all the other records. I think I'll go up from the debut up to Signals and maybe beyond that. But yeah, that's basically it with Rush. Aerosmith. I mean, I like Aerosmith. I can't really understand why they're as popular as they are. I mean, I like Toys in the Attic. I like Rocks. I like Permanent Vacation. I think Permanent Vacation and Rocks are the best Aerosmith records. But I can't for the life of me figure out why they're that popular. I just can't in America how how Aerosmith is the biggest American band. I feel like Kiss or Guns N' Roses or Van Halen should be that band, not fucking Aerosmith. Aerosmith is good, but I don't think they're that good. You know what I mean? I mean, they don't hit me as much as the other ones, really. Not that the records are bad. The records are good, but they're not like that band. You know what I mean? I mean, between Kiss, Guns N' Roses, Van Halen, Metallica, Motley Crue, who else? I don't know. But even amongst those four, like, those four groups are way better than Aerosmith by a long shot. That's just America. Well, we better start bringing in bands from the rest of the world. I mean, Aerosmith just doesn't hold it up to me as much. Again, not that they're bad, just don't make as much sense to me that they're that popular. So amongst these three records, Toys is the best. I like Toys. Good record. The Ramones. I love the Ramones. You know, great fucking band. I got all three of these albums at Rough Trade at Rockefeller Center. I was hoping that Rough Trade would have more of the Ramones records, so I was a little disappointed when I found out that these are the only 3 that they had. Maybe next time I go back there they'll have them, but I'm not banking on it. I think the first one's my favorite. I mean, they're all great, but the first one's great, like more than the other 2. I like them both. I like them all, but the first one's the best one, easily. Should be way bigger than they are. Rest in peace to the Ramones. Pour out a little liquor for them. Bruce Dickinson. I knew Bruce had solo records. I didn't think people were actually buying them for their own shops, but they were, and they had these 2, and I figured, what the fuck, why not? I mean, I like the Mandroid Project, and that was the balls to Picasso in years. But I bought them both, and they're actually very good. I really enjoyed them both. So, yeah. Good records. Very underrated. Probably for more the die-hard metal fans and the die-hard Iron Maiden fans. So, there you go. Yeah. Deep Purple. Not a huge fan of Deep Purple, but I do enjoy Machine Head. Fireball was kind of there, and I just figured, what the hell, I'll get that one too. So I did, and it's good, but it's not as good. I feel like Deep Purple is more like, they're more popular because of how good they are than how good the songs are, you know? Like, I feel like that was the appeal to them. Maybe, I don't know, I wasn't around in the 70s, but that's how I feel about them. At least Machine Head. Machine Head's my favorite Deep Purple record, but I feel like Deep Purple is a bit overrated. I think if they had better songs, I would be more receptive to them. But I do enjoy the records anyway, so yeah. Quiet Riot. If you're wondering why I got Quiet Riot records, well, this one was, I saw at the store, and I like this record actually. I like the energy of it. Even if it's very 80s, I do enjoy it. And this one, Randy Rhoads, I don't think I have to explain that one. My decision is very secure. I don't have to make a individual video for each of these because it's all just each of these records is the only one of its kind in the collection compared to like the other bands. Like, these are just the ones where I have the only record of each band. So I have Jeff Buckley's Grace, Iggy and the Stooges' Raw Power, I think it's the best one in this collection. The New York Dolls debut, also the best. Pure Toss, Legalize It, Infinity Song, Mad Love, Lynyrd Skynyrd's debut, Rosalie's Lux, which I think is the best album of 2025, other than the Warning Live album, Slasher Snake Pits, 5 O'Clock Somewhere, Dio's Holy Diver, Slayer South of Heaven, Miseducation, Horror and Hell, first Badlands record, because I really like Jakey Lee. Again, Brooklyn Music Planet. There's a Donut Shop nearby too, which is very good. First Boston record. Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation, Nazomatic, and The Phantom of the Opera, because I really like that movie. Not really into musicals, but I do enjoy that movie. So, yeah. What are you going to do about it? And that there is my entire record collection. As we all go, I stacked them based on the groups, so we're not going to be able to see them all individually. But that is basically all of the records that I have within each collection. I've fixed that because this one should be on top. Yeah, there you go. That's all of them. All very good. Yeah. Here are my CDs stacked up in my closet. All very well and good. I think it's like over 200 CDs in here. Last I counted. Alright, that was the video. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna leave it from here. like, comment, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. Yeah. See ya.